Hello and welcome to broadcast number 12 of Grips Poker Training, the world's first and only free poker training show where we teach you how to get stacking. Today we're going to be bringing on a repeat student. His name's Blake. He's been doing pretty well at Lock Poker, up about 3 buy-ins so far. We're going to do a 6 tabling session, just sweat his action and see if we can make some more money. And the goal of today's episode is to let the good times roll. So, cheers to you guys. Cheers to Blake, and let's go ahead and make some money.
What's up, everyone?
So, Blake, tell them about your experience so far at Lock Poker, how you found the games to be.
Their lowest buy-in is 2 cent, 4 cent, and there are actually a lot of regs on the regular games, the $100 or the 100 big blind buy-in games, except on like Saturdays and Sundays where Evan told you to log on the most because there's the most fish on. I mean, that's pretty sure that's true with any website. But during the weekdays, oh, looks like this table is breaking. During the weekdays, there's actually a lot of regs on the 100 big blind games, so I tend to go into the shallow games, because especially the turbo table shallow games, because those games are really, really, really soft, really, really fishy, and it's just really, really easy to make money there. And but on the weekends, I'll go into the bigger games, into the 100 big blind games. But right now, you see, I'm going mostly on shallow games because that's where a lot of the fish are. On a couple of 100 big blind games, just because I saw that the players per flop percentage was like 30 or 40, which is ridiculous, and I saw the average pot was close to $1, which is really high for these games. But on the shallow tables, on most of them that I'm on right now, the players per flop was like 40 or 50, and the average pot was about 80 cents to $1, which I said that it was big in the 100 big blind games. So having those big pots in the shallow games is ridiculous, in my opinion. So those games are really soft. So if you're playing on Lock Poker, or I'm pretty sure it's going to be the same on Cake also, if you're playing on Cake, just try to do the shallow games if you're on 2 cent, 4 cent. I'm not sure how it is any higher than this, because I haven't tried anything higher than this, but that's my advice for 2 cent, 4 cent, is go to the shallow games when you're first starting off.
Okay, very smart. That's the right way to go about it. You definitely want to be value hunting and looking for those good spots to be playing. And yeah, across all Cake sites, it's going to be the same thing. They share the same player pool, so whatever skin you're playing on. Ooh, forget that thought. We got some strong hands to deal with.
Should I slow play here?
I would just bet small. There's a flush draw out there. Not too much in the way of gut shots, but if we don't bet too big, he's still probably going to take one off if he has like jacks or tens, because the old attitude of, well, no ace, no king, my pair must be good, applies.
I have outs. Could be doing this with a flush draw. Could be doing it with an 8. I'm just going to call.
Thinking we're going to see an 8, but...
Or king, queen.
I'd be more surprised, yeah. So did he check called the flop and then led the turn? I was focusing on the queen, so I didn't quite catch the full action. Check call and then lead out. Okay. I'll make a note about that hand. We'll discuss it at the end of the session.
Okay.
It's okay if we close the window. I think I'll just make a note of what the board was, and it'll be fine. Because that's a situation I actually see come up fairly often, where the fish lead out on the turn or on the river.
Queens here.
I think check calling is going to be better than betting. If he has a pocket pair that got counterfeit, he's going to be forced to bet it. We could also check fold if you want. Is this a 3-bet pot?
Is it three? No, it's a heads up pot. Oh, 3-bet pot? Yeah, it's a 3-bet pot.
Might just go with it. I wouldn't fault you for going with it. Because in a 3-bet pot, he's going to have jacks or tens more often than he's going to have 9x. Yeah, so you got the maximum value there. And by betting out, you may lose your customer because the board's somewhat scary. I doubt it with jacks, but you might lose the customer. And also, you don't give him a chance to do something stupid, like commit all his money. The other thing is he might just call turn and then fold river, but we played it in a way that we get the maximum. Single raise pot, I would have been much more cautious because there are more nines in his range, but given it's a 3-bet pot and the only nines and eights he has are like pocket eights and pocket nines, which there's only one combo of because there's 2 nines and 2 eights on the board, I think that that's going to be the optimal way to play that hand in that spot.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Is that good sizing? Table 1?
It's fine.
Okay.
I think anything between like 32 to 40 cents is fine there. Like out of position, definitely want to make it minimum like 4x. And I saw you like debating with the king 10.
Yeah.
Both plays are fine, you know, like seeing a flop multi-way and committing no money to the pot pre-flop's fine because you can get away from your hand real cheap, but at the same time, you're probably going to be ahead of the range that they're limping, so to raise for value is cool too. It's one of those spots where like the options run close in terms of what's better. Have you tried any of the tournaments out on here yet?
Yes, and that's why my roll isn't as big as it should be. I tried a tournament that I shouldn't have been trying because it was like, well, it was like a $5 buy-in, so it wasn't that bad, but it was a rebuy, so I rebought one time and
okay, so really it's more like a $20 tourney.
Yeah. And I shouldn't have been playing that, and that's why I busted out, so that's why my roll isn't as big as it should be right now.
Okay. The one that I see at the top there, 7,500, 1 rebuy, 1 add-on, those are pretty good because a lot of people won't do the rebuy, which puts them at a severe disadvantage, having less chips. And you know exactly what you're getting in for. It's 1 rebuy, 1 add-on, so you know it's like a $15 freeze as opposed to a rebuy where you could end up in for like 20, 30, who knows how much.
Yeah.
But the structures are usually good and you get a lot of chips, so those 1 rebuy, 1 add-on tournaments are good value.
Trying to find another table here. Got a few people below average. Half the people are below average, so I'm gonna leave it to this table.
Yeah. You know you can waitlist it from the lobby. Pro tip.
Oh, I didn't see that.
Just right on the right side there, above the go to table, you can request waitlist. So that'd be a bit more efficient.
Is table breaking too? Yeah.
Good discipline to hop off when the game gets short. I mean, how much value are we going to get from playing a guy heads up who has $1? Not enough, right?
Yeah.
I'm thinking pot control. What are you thinking?
I'm usually doing that with middle pair for now, because I saw you do it in a couple videos, like you won't see bet when you hit middle pair and decent kicker, so.
I might actually fold ace jack facing on with a gun raise. Like, I don't know his range, but if he's a tight player, 3-betting there, it's better than calling, but it's still like pretty risky.
Yeah.
If he's a loose guy, though, going for value school. The thing with checking back middle pair, it depends on the board texture. On this board, I definitely like a check back because there's a flush draw and a bunch of straight draws that he could check raise us with. When the board's completely rainbow, you can still think about betting middle pair for value. If, say, you have middle pair really good kicker and they could have like mid pair worse kicker that's going to give you action, then you can bet. So situational, but if your default strategy is to check back middle pair, that's fine.
3 bet ace 10 here?
If you're in 3 betting mode, yeah. I don't know what your 3 bet stats are up to right now. As long as you're not flat calling with ace 10, I'm cool with it.
No. Oh, that's
See?
why I did it.
Yeah, that's why we 3 bet that shit.
Alright, God damn it.
I like that text document you got in the middle. Better poker?
Oh yeah. Yeah. Well, I had like a. Should I call here and just fold it?
Fuck it. Fold it.
Alright.
7-8 call, 10-9 call, but like offsuit 2-gapper, it's just pretty shitty.
I had a poker thing, like a poker document,
Yeah.
and it was just like, it was when I was playing that free poker league, and I thought it was good, and it was just full of complete shit. And then I looked at it after, I watched so many videos. I was like, wow, this sucks. So I just deleted it, and I just named the next one Better Poker. I don't even know what I had in it.
I remember when I was getting into the game, I would do the same thing. I would like watch I'd like watch the videos and take like relentless amounts of notes, just try to compile everything. But then I wouldn't actually review the notes, and I would never edit them. So it was just kind of like pointless. Because you know how like if you write down something on a computer, you don't really remember it that well, but if you review it and you restructure it, you'll remember it.
Yeah.
Or if you write something down by hand, you're much more likely to create like a strong, stable memory of that than if you do it on a computer. So, damn, you fold 7-4 suited on the button? You're tight, bro.
Hey man. Oh.
I'm just messing with you.
Trying to figure out if there's any tables I want to get off. I mean, this one has kind of a low average spot. There's no players per flop. It's a 9 max. Okay. I like my tables right now. Okay.
Perfect.
I could have taken one of these out and played, but.
Well, for the viewers, it's better if we stick to 6 max because we get more action.
Okay.
And, you know, we care about the viewers, so that's going to be our priority.
It's all about the viewers.
And just a reminder to anyone watching this video that we are now taking applications for October's coaching sessions. So if you want to get involved in the program, just go to facebook.com/gripst, and there is an application form for the coaching. Just fill it out, and I'll get back to you guys ASAP so you guys can get your own free coaching session.
I had a set over set in my favor the other day.
Wow.
Yeah. I had aces, another guy had kings, another guy had jacks, got all in pre-flop, and it was just ran out king jack. I was like, fuck that. And then the turn was an ace. I was like, oh my god, holy shit.
Yeah.
It was like $14 pot, 2 cent, 4 cent table. Queen 10 here. Would you flat or would you 3-bet?
I'll probably just call. Blind versus blind, when I have a hand that has like decent flop ability, I prefer to just play in position and keep the size of the pot small. If I'm going to try to blow up the pot, it's going to be with the hands that have some equity but don't hit that often, like a king 2 suited kind of hand, or like a 10-8 off.
I'm thinking of floating him here just because I have a lot of backdoor draws.
Sure.
And he might just be bullshitting.
Yeah, he's going to be continuation betting that board every time, and then he's going to have to start to play more honest.
And if people limp in the small blind, I pretty much raise them every single time no matter what cards I have. Is that the right strategy?
Hell yeah. Until they give you a reason not to.
On this turn, what do you think the best option is?
I'd probably just let it go at this point. You don't need to get too committed to the hand. A lot of people get way too over-involved blind versus blind. And I like that you have the plan. We're going to float. We're going to make moves on certain turns. on the right boards, but a lot of people are just like, well, it's blind versus blind. I'm just never going to fold any pair, and that's just not the right strategy.
Terrible flop. It might be a bad flop for him too.
Yeah, c-betting makes your hand easier to play too. You won't get bluffed out on the turn by some smaller pair, some suited connector that's just betting because you checked. So although like against his actual hand value wise, it might not make sense to bet there because we can extract by checking. It just makes life a lot easier to take that line.
I get into this situation a lot too, if you want to look at it. Like, you just see this hand when it went down. I was in big blind, so I just checked the 6-5 off, and then flop. I flopped some equity, so I just checked it. Should I bet there? There was small blind, me, and like under the gun +1 in the hand.
I think both are fine. Betting, you might have the best hand with mid pair, plus you have the ability to turn 2 pair and backdoor straight draws, so betting's cool. When I was playing these limits, though, I would just stick with the strategy of like, don't get too committed in the big blind pots, because that's kind of like your free hand. You're just paying the price to see the next round of cards, so checking and folding is fine. Hey, nice turn.
Would you bet bigger or smaller here?
I would bet like 34 or 30. If there were 2 flush draws, I would go more towards like 40 cents. But the odds of him having the backdoor flush draw are low. And I probably wouldn't bet too big here because I'm thinking it's just, we're trying to get called by a queen. The ace is kind of a scary card. I think he's going to have a lot of queen, jack, queen, king there that call the turn because they have a gut shot, but really don't want to call the river. So I might even bet like a 1/3 pot or a 1/4 pot just to make him feel like a real sucker if he doesn't call the river. Because you know how people are like, man, there's like $1 out there. I can't fold for 10 cents. You'd be amazed.
Yeah.
The stuff people will call it. If you bet really, really small because you just think the guy's range can't be that strong and you want to get that value bet, like I've experimented with just like throwing out a min bet just so I can get called 100% of the time, where if I bet even a 1/5 of pot, the guy's probably going to fold.
Squeezing out that extra little bit of value.
Yeah.
Should I take a flop with this hand? I have decent. I think this hand flops pretty well, but
Yeah.
facing a re-raise from the big blind, I'm not really sure.
If he's a guy who 3-bets a decent amount, you definitely want to see a flop with this hand. It's only against like a total nit that you would fold here, because those guys are only 3-betting jacks plus ace queen, ace king, where even if we hit a pair, we're in best shape.
This flop, I'm just gonna give it up.
Yeah. There aren't too many 10s that you have in your range, so it's hard for you to credibly represent anything on later streets. And you know that we don't like to make bluffs when our story is going to be hard to sell.
Jack 10 suited under the gun.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's go.
Yeah. I think you're going to have to go with it on the flop if the other guy didn't call for 6 cents.
Ace is a scare card. I'm gonna keep firing. Bitch. Take hold.
He's probably just got ace jack.
Probably.
We ran into the top of his range. It's still definitely good to keep firing on that turn.
What is this guy talking about?
I don't know.
No, what the fuck I did? God damn. Okay. Where's this guy? He's on this table too. Yeah, there's a lot of set over sets on that I've witnessed. I don't know.
Are you starting to think that online poker might be rigged?
No. I don't think online poker is rigged. I mean, because they don't really have like a. That's what you said, right? They don't really have like a reason for rigging it. Like they have a max cap on the rake, so why would they rig it?
Yeah, their
But
interest is to run a legit business that keeps people coming back.
yeah. But it's just. I think it's just because it's more than I'm used to because I'm used to live, and I used to seeing things like that. And I'm playing
Right.
six tables with like a shitload of hands, so I'm not really.
Right. And you'd be amazed how often you see it in like the full ring games on Poker Stars, because everyone's just playing so tight that the only way they're gonna get it in is like set or set or like set versus two pair.
Yeah, definitely. And then there's like, oh, that's so sick. This is so rigged. The River Stars, holy shit.
I took some pretty fucking sick beats this weekend. I still don't think it's rigged. I mean, I was calling bullshit a bunch, but
I heard he got one outed.
yeah,
Sucks.
guy like guy made the worst check call ever on the flop and turned a set on my flop set, and then I like rivered a boat in the spot where he could have like flushes and he could be like making check raise on the river for value with worse, so I had to pay it off. And he turned a set. And then I was gonna get back in the tournament. I was gonna get back up to like 35, 40K with ace eight versus king jack, and even though I flopped an ace, I still lost.
That sucks.
Yeah. But like one important thing to note about tournaments is that like you got to go in expecting that you're going to lose about 80% of the time, and just know that those 20% of the times that you don't lose, if you can make a deep run, you're going to make up for the money you lost on the 80% bust outs with that big score. And if you're playing the aggressive style where you're like playing for like top three places, which is what you should be doing in MTT, you're going to be doing a lot of gambling. You're getting exposed to so many 60-40s and 50-50s. Like, you can't always win. It's really hard to win like 4 coin flips in a row or like 8 coin flips in a row, which is what it takes to win a tournament.
Yeah, definitely. That's what sucks about tournaments, but you know, they're really fun to win. So
Yeah. And that's why, like, I remember when I was in college playing, a lot of times, you know, I'd play with 2 or 3 of my buddies and we would just split the action. So if one guy won, he would give a third to the other 2 guys that played with him. And that way, you know, if you win, you might be a little disappointed because you didn't get the whole pot, but you have more chances to make money. And you spread out the variance, which is a really good thing to do when you're dealing with a high variance situation.
yeah.
I definitely came up down in all the swaps because my friends kind of sucked.
9-6 suited on the button against one weak player and one I don't know player. So yeah.
Yeah, sure. Can never go wrong raising a suited hand on the button.
Let me find another table. Hmm. 38% and $1.
There you go. Now you're getting good with the soft play.
Um,
I'd fold every
that's
time.
pretty short stacked. Fold the Jack 10.
Yeah, it's just a reverse implied out situation. Like, do you think he's 3-betting you with worse jacks or worse tens?
No, I don't know.
Because that's what we would need for that to be a profitable call. Because in a 3-bet pot, especially against a short stack player, if we flop top pair, we're not folding. So we have to be able to feel comfortable on the times that we do hit top pair.
Queen might be good. Flush draw is probably good. That's just a big bet though. What would you do?
I would fold because the price is so terrible.
Yeah.
There's 20 cents in there and it's $2. If I had a draw that could dominate a lot of his draws, so I might call. The fact that we had the 8 of hearts eliminates one of the combos that we're crushing, which would have been 7, 8 of hearts. Let's say we had like ace, king of hearts there, where we have the 2 overcards and the flush draw, but we're crushing 7-8 suited, and I think 3-4 suited was the other combo draw, then a call becomes better because there are more hands that we have in bad shape that are going to take that ridiculous check jam line.
I'm going to bet 86 cents here.
Cool.
And get it all on the river.
Yeah. I think in that spot a lot, though, you're going to see 2 pair or a set if they don't have a draw, so it's actually pretty unlikely that the queen's going to be good there. Just because, is it a limp pot? So it was like a pretty small pot.
Yeah.
So ranges for getting all in are going to be a lot tighter than they would be in a raised or a re-raised pot.
Call or raise with 5s here?
I would call just because last time the guy made that crazy play, so we don't need to build the pot to necessarily get a lot of action on the flop. And also we're on a shallow table, so there's less need to start building the pot early.
Okay, that's fine too. There we go. Oh, I'm already on that one, but... Sorry guys, I'm kind of blocking the action trying to find another table. I wish I had 2 monitors like Evan.
Well, once we get you to bink off the 7K 1 rebuy 1 add-on, you can buy a monitor.
Yeah, min raise from the button. I'm really not trying to play this out of position. And
yeah, folding's like, it's frustrating.
I feel like the min raise is just really strong there. I don't know.
Yeah. That's a spot that's really frustrating because you don't want to let the guy take advantage of you with a min raise there. But unless he's min 3-betting a lot, then you can go with your read that he's probably doing it mostly with strong hands. And the thing is, even if he is min raising with a wide range, it's still really tough to outplay someone in a 3-bet pot out of position.
Yeah, definitely.
So against those guys who are doing it really wide, I'd probably just 4-bet the king queen for value and take control of the hand back. Because calling their 3-bets out of position is just kind of playing into their hands. That's exactly what they want you to do.
Should I raise to 12 here when I do this? No.
I would say if you have a hand that flops well, like a queen jack, make it 12. If you have a hand that's a bit more trashy, go ahead and make it 16 for the extra fold equity. I don't think anyone's going to be paying enough attention to know the difference of what your raise size means, but to optimize your strategy, that would probably be the adjustment to make. Pretty minor though, either way.
Do you raise king queen off under the gun?
In a tough game, no. I would wait till the hijack to raise king queen.
I did it here because the guy who's been screwing with me a lot is in the small blind, and that's the least likely position for him to screw with me again. And we have a bad player in the big blind who would call it stuff like that.
Yeah, that makes it perfectly fine. As long as you got that reasoning for it, it's cool to open it under the gun.
This guy is just...
Okay, so this time, wait, that's a different guy who's min 3-betting us?
Yeah, I think this guy 3-bet me min 3-bet me last time.
I'm gonna fold now. I was thinking that we could probably just call if it hadn't gotten 4-bet to keep in worse aces and whatever other bullshit he has, and then just if we flop top pair, just check all down, let him bluff it away. Yeah, because if we 4-bet, we knock him off the queen 10. I mean, cool. But if we 4-bet and he calls, we have way the bottom of our range. It looks like it's pretty strong. And I think ace jack has too much value to turn into a bluff against someone who's probably clearly 3-betting pretty wide.
It was breaking all over the place.
So we could get on the full ring ones just while we're waiting for the other wait list to go.
There we go. King 10 suited here against a button raise.
Generally like to 3-bet that hand. He's going to be raising a wide range. King 10 suited flops pretty well, and it's a hand that's easier to play with the lead in the hand than without the lead. And do the same c-bet we did last time we flopped trips, 50 cents. There aren't that many hands that he's going to be able to continue with. But on most turns, probably shut down.
Shut down here?
No. C-bet the flop, 50 cents.
When he fails to c-bet, and top pair. Top. Oh!
It's fine. But part of the power of 3-betting pre-flop is following it up with a c-bet. I'll go, what is that guy doing?
Giving me his money, man. I have no problem with that. That's why I like these shallow tables, dude. Like, that happens so much. It's ridiculous.
Yeah. ISO that.
Yeah, I was thinking. Is this the same guy? Did he leave, or is this the same guy? I already have him marked anyway, doesn't matter.
Calling's okay with the King 10 suited too, but I think it plays better with the 3-bet. Because unless the guy is slow playing or hits the flop really hard, they're just going to win the pot so often. And also, most people are going to 4-bet the hands that they could raise flops with. So we're probably not getting slow played on too much.
Do you keep at these low flops and 3-bet pots?
In my games, I do, because people generally defend with high cards, not so many low cards. It really depends what his range is composed of. If people aren't calling your 3-bet with like 8-9, 8-7, and 7-6 suited, then this is a great board for us, and it's really hard for him to hit it. If people are peeling really wide, then I might just go with a check.
Opening a flush or a straight draw versus.
Not worth it.
Okay.
The big problem there is that even if you hit your hand, there's going to be a 4 straight on the board. So it's
And
hard to
then
get paid.
and then he's gonna have, like, even if he does pay me off, he only has 25 big blinds left, so it doesn't really worth it.
And also, we're out of position, and it's much harder to get paid out of position. So I think we'll continue the feed for like 12 more minutes, and then we'll just do Q&A if anyone has any question. You can keep playing if you want, and if like something sick happens, just like, well, I'll keep it going, but then I'll just attend to their questions, and if something really important happens, give me a nudge.
What'd you do here? This guy's he donk bet the flop, and
I'd let him have it.
should I have even called on the flop? Because I've found that a lot of people, like, when they donk bet like that, they'll just give up on the turn. They just want to see if I had anything.
Yeah.
They'll donk bet and then just give up on the hand after that.
Yeah, my default usually facing the first donk bet, unless it's for full pot, is to at least float. Especially with a piece of the board, I like to float because you have some equity. What I would do now is just make a note that that guy, when he let out, had top 2, and next time you just don't give him any action on the donk bet. But it's
3-bet, call, or fold?
I would 3-bet or fold because you're shallow. And generally, I don't do too much callings in the small blind. You risk getting squeezed by the big blind. If you do get to play a multi-way pot, you're not going to have good relative position or good absolute position. And again, as always, it's harder to get paid with a speculative hand when you're out of position.
On this turn,
I think you got to go with it on that turn. Hope that he was floating the flop with some ace high or some pocket sevens that he folds.
that's the worst hand he could have.
For us, yeah. Very unlucky board for you.
Yeah.
That you caught a piece and then you turned that good and you actually flopped. So strong.
That flush draw. How much? What should I bet here in this situation?
2/3 pot. Wait, you have the nut. Oh yeah, okay.
I have the nut flush draw.
I thought your ace king was suited.
And on that turn,
again, I would probably go with it. You just have so much equity in the pot. You might have a small bit of fold equity. You just when you get the boards like this and you have that little money behind, you just have to gamble.
Mm-hmm.
And
Wow.
you have them smashed.
Oh my god, that's so ridiculous.
Wow. How does he even call in the
That's-
first place? How does he call
that's-
pre-flop? What the fuck? Actually, I didn't see the board correctly. I thought you had ace king of spades and there were 2 spades on the board. And I wanted to mention that in a spot where you have like 2 pot-sized bets left on a low board, if you're dealing with an aggressive player who always bets when check to, that's a spot where you can actually go ahead and check raise all in with the 2 overcards and then up flush draw. Because
okay.
you can get a bluff out of him if he's like a really stabby type player. You don't allow him to float you and mess with you on bad turns. And also, like, worst case scenario, you run it out with really good equity. So it's a good play to have in your arsenal. Just to mix it up. Keep people guessing. Man, it's so unlucky.
Mm-hmm.
And he hit and ran too?
Oh man.
What a scumbag.
There's one guy that did it to me. I got it all in kings versus aces. The guy literally just joined the table, and it was on 100 big blind table, and he just stacked me with kings versus aces, and then he just left. And right before he left, I was like, I tagged him, like, get the money back. And I was like, no. What is this guy doing? He was Flugenhorn.
Wish? Ask him. Why you... What's your deal, bro? He said on the other table that he loves you.
Yeah.
Maybe he's secretly watching our stream. He's trying to cheat. I gotta make that delay longer to protect you. Ooh. There's a decent. You need to get this shit out of here. You got a flush, bro.
Yeah. Okay. What table do I want to get rid of? This one. Oh, gotta get out quick. Damn. I might just not sit on that table. Well, finish left in this game, but I just. The thing is, if I take the seat, all my tables are gonna get so like screwed up. I'm just gonna let it go. Like if I take the seat, all my tables will just get completely like screwed up and everything.
Yeah, like tries to auto tile them.
Yeah, and it just screws everything up, and it's just I have to like exit out of that table to reassign my tables, and I have to wait for this one.
Top right
I
table. Click
flopped a
taking
set.
seat. Oh, Flugenhorn wants to dance. Good luck, bro. I think I would have checked back that flop. That's like the nut bluff catching opportunity. But Flugenhorn's a douche, so.
Yeah, fuck Blumenhorn. Asshole. Alright, nice. Trying to bluff me, bro? You in the audience?
Looking like a
I
fool
probably should
on
have bet
national
smaller there.
television. Oh yeah. Well, I mean the board's pretty dry. It's okay. Drawing dead, bro. Nice equity.
Call it 3-bet with the 9s. We're both. He's really short stacked. I'm gonna give him a guess.
You got a strat?
Mm-hmm.
Let's go for one of those tiny bets. Bet like 14 cents. See what ridiculous stuff we get called by. Ooh. I guess you're chopping.
Yo. This guy. I'm gonna check call.
Yeah, and I think with the 9s, go with it.
He could be doing this with flush draws and.
Yeah, we'll find out if he's going to be more. His range is more composed of like strong overpairs that he slow played pre-flop, or like 7s, 8s, 6s.
Nice play, bro. Got me.
Pretty absurd that he calls a 3-bet shallow stacks. But I guess. Oh, whoa. All right, save that hand on table 6. Looked like you just pwned that guy real hard. And we'll look at that one at the end. You've been getting some tricks, eh, Blake?
Hmm?
You've been picking up some tricks.
Some tricks? I thought you said chicks. I'm like, huh? But yeah, I've been watching your videos and shit, and you've been teaching me some good stuff. Should I? Ace 10.
Yeah, so 4-bet or fold, and probably fold because he hasn't 3-bet us yet.
Mm-hmm.
And about table 6, I don't think we could credibly rep it, so.
He's not gonna. I should have continued on the turn.
Yeah.
Even though, especially since I picked up.
Exactly. Yeah, that was one of the like best possible turn cards for you.
Yeah.
I think on table 4, Flugenhorn told us something. If we scroll up, I kind of want to see it. Oh no, that's someone else. Whatever. I love when they tell you their thought process after a game.
Yeah. Did I raise this? I can't even fucking remember. I raised this.
You must have, because you aren't an idiot. You wouldn't open with ever.
In one of your videos, you said you said that I'm gonna check back to realize my equity, and that I don't know which video it was or what situation it was, but that phrase has been stuck in my head, so I've been doing that in probably bad spots.
Okay, yeah, the times that you want to check back and realize your equity is when it's a spot where your opponent is going to check raise you at a good frequency. Because if there's a chance of getting check raised, then obviously betting as a semi-bluff really sucks because you don't get to see your card. Most of the time you turn good equity, betting's going to be good. I think the spot was one where the guy was likely to be like slow playing a set. It was like on a really dry board, so he's check calling, and he's very likely going to be taking the check call, check raise line with his strong hands. But I do that more often. I'm going to keep barreling when I pick up equity than I'm going to be checking back to realize it.
I'm not going to see bet this flop into 2 players.
Yeah. Maybe if we had like a backdoor flush or something.
I don't know why I sat out on this table. There's At least if you're still on here, so I'm gonna play. Ooh, king. Nice. 10 cents.
Yeah, I love picking up the blinds with premium hands.
Mm-hmm. Oh, the rake back for here. Did you figure out anything about it?
Yeah, I just sent an email for you, and then I'll find out how frequently it's paid out. I know there are some guys who get like hourly rate back or something absurd like that.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah.
What is this guy's problem? He's got the problems.
I think Flugelhorn's just drunk. Yeah, yeah. Or that.
Oh, queens. Slow play or squeeze?
Squeeze.
Squeeze.
It's a shallow table. Just get money in there.
I saw $4 and I thought I wasn't.
Nah, you just been
I guess
crushing.
I'm just doing too good.
Oh, let's go. AK all day.
Oh, even better. No jack. Got him.
Hell yeah.
Ooh, 50 cents. King jack suited. I'm thinking call.
Call for the fans.
Off the fans. Ooh, we'll get him.
It's gonna be even sweeter though if you just threw.
Told you. I told you. Oh no, he's got ace jack.
You could hit a queen or a king though.
I really thought that was a good flop for me. I was like, oh yeah.
The pair straight draw. Much better than that.
Look up and he's got a freaking straighter. Nuts. Value bet this. I don't think he has a queen. I'll charge. What would you bet there? Because he checked back the flops. I don't think he has a queen.
It's good. I probably.
And then he raises here.
I'd be worried. It really looks like he wants you to call. I'd honestly probably just fold.
Yeah, I feel like he flopped really well. That's why he checks back.
Yeah.
Might have a set or something.
Given that there are like 2 straight draws and 2 flush draws on that board, I'd probably bet like about 80% pot if I was going to bet the turn. Your sizing is always going to be dependent on how many draws are out there. If there are no draws, you could go as low as a third pot because you think, what's the most outs my opponent can have if the board's totally dry? It's going to be a 5-outer if he has like bottom pair trying to make 2-pair trips. When the board's like super coordinated, people can have like straights and flush draws. Now you're dealing with 15 outs. Sometimes with overcards as much as like 20 outs, where you think, with one card coming up 40% equity, that's why you'd want to scale up your bet really big and bet close to pot to price them out. Okay, I think Flugen's just like watching the video or something because he seems to know who I am.
Yeah.
And that would be hilarious if he was watching and he tried to bluff you when you had a hand. He's like, how
I
do you
hope
not?
he did. Oh, yeah, I really hope he did. That'd be hilarious.
I'll work on the delay, but
Okay.
that's the other reason I was really pushing towards having the students record their sessions, so there's just no fear of foul play going on.
Definitely. I really don't like playing three-handed. I'm just gonna get off this table, even though those players are kind of bad.
It's a weird three-handed's a really weird dynamic.
Second pair. Oh, good card. Want something, man? I do too.
Thanks. I'm thinking to field questions. If you want to keep playing, you could just send me the hand history, and we'll just hop off Skype, and I'll finish the broadcast. Up to you.
I'll probably play later. I have stuff to do, so I'll probably not keep playing.
Okay.
I'll call this guy down. He's just gonna bet.
So
like that.
then we'll do one more orbit, and then we'll just look at those two hands that we had. The Jack 10 and the Ace Queen.
Got him. See that? Love catch? Boom. Oh, why did I check? Damn. Fuck. It's a weird line, bro. What are you doing? Fuck. I should have. Oh, that was my fault. I should have bet that.
I think we found Flugenhorn. I think it's Diablo Grinder.
Why'd you try to bluff me, bro?
You gave it away, Flugenhorn. You were typing in caps on the tables, and now you're typing in caps in the chat. Like, how could it not be you?
Notice me.
Oh. Thanks, Flugenhorn. You made the session a lot more fun, even if you were trying to foul play. Yeah, I know the delay's easy to set up. I just need to spend like 10 minutes like reading through the manual of how to do it. I didn't think we have any cheaters on the show.
Trying to steal my $4, bro. But yeah, this is what I'm saying. Like, this table was probably the one with the least action and the least amount of spots, just because it looks like a bunch of regs around here.
Right.
Like, I played with Big Jaw before. He's definitely like a reg, and then I've seen this guy before, but the rest of them I haven't seen before. But it's definitely more regs than all the other tables.
Yeah.
And
You should
the
start.
action just sucks on the especially the full ring under big blind tables. The action just sucks.
Yeah. You should, anyone you see playing multiple tables, you should just like give them a color label, even if you don't give them a note, just so it's quicker for identification later. Like just make all the multi-tablers red or something. Wait a minute.
What?
I think I know who Flugenhorn is. But he doesn't play on it. Okay. Bro, you forgot to uncheck auto.
I know, I just noticed that.
I got things to do and places to be.
Sorry, man.
I might run out of time here.
Flugenhorn's on his table, dude. What am I supposed to do? At least it's a 6-max table. He's sitting out, so.
Alright, well, since we're off the other tables at least, let's drag that hand up from the bottom that you got there. Let's take a look. Okay. So he limp called like a fish. Good start. And then he was in position, right? So he bet for value on the flop, which was cool. And then, just so we can hear your side, what was your reasoning for checking the turn?
My reasoning for checking the turn was I wanted to get I wanted to get value from a hand like nines or a hand like if I feel like if I checked back the turn, he would bet with all of his pocket pairs, um, probably like jacks or maybe even pocket pairs below nines, just because he might have just floated me on the flop with nothing, or with just like a small pocket pair, just to see if I was really telling the truth. And when I check the turn, people with pocket pairs like that who floated me will definitely bet all their pocket pairs. So I was just trying to get value from it. And then after I did that, I noticed his stack was really small. He's basically committed, so I just shoved and he called. And
So you're
yeah,
basically you're getting him to bet with his entire range on the turn, rather than just getting him to continue with the hands that are ahead of you.
exactly.
Okay, great line. And then once he's put in 80 cents, you figure he's committed for the other 50, so why not just get it in before
Yeah,
some
exactly.
absurd number comes? Okay, cool. I like that. It's good. And there are a lot of floats you could have. 9x, 10x, gut shots, straight draws. That's cool. And do we have the other hand with the Jack 10, or did we lose that one? Okay. Yeah,
All right.
this was a spot where, despite the fact that you flopped really strong, and if we got raised on the flop, I would see nothing we could do other than just go with the hand. I mean, top two with a lot of draws out there possible. It's hard to just get away, especially with him only having 25 big blinds. But I think most of the time I've yet to see people be bluffing when they just front shove on a turn or river when a draw gets there. They usually just have whatever that card was. Turns out King Queen was their possibility too, but I think usually they just are going to have an 8 when they front shove the turn like that, because they're protecting against both flush draws or some scare card coming off, because they're scared too that their hand might get counterfeit. They want to make sure that they get the money before anything bad happens. So I think despite the fact that we have two pair here, top two, if we look at relative hand strength, we're usually going to be behind, and a 4-outer with one card to come is only good for about 10%. So we just weren't getting the right price there.
Okay.
And that's a spot where a lot of people are going to look at absolute hand strength. They're like, well, I have top two, so I got to go with it. Think about all the possible hands that he could have and determine your relative hand strength against those card combinations, and then you can determine whether it's a good call.
Okay. All right. Gotcha.
But, I mean,
Now that I look at it, I'm like, wow, why did I take that line? But
it's just like, what hand is it really front shoving the turn with that we're good against? Like, I think if he had a big combo draw or something, which is what we're kind of like hoping he has, he probably just would have gone ahead and like got it in on the flop.
Yeah.
So this is a spot where they just usually have it. Like, also at all limits up to like 5-10 even. If you're playing against a fish and they check call flop and they check call turn, and the flush or the straight gets there on the river, and they lead out for like full pot, they're just going to have it. So that's a good spot to be making hero folds, because the river bets are much bigger than any other bet. It's hard to make up for that value later on in the game. So it's good to know that that's one of the rare situations where it's okay to fold to a donk bet, because they just have it.
Yeah. Okay. But yeah, anyone who's playing on Kate, like I guess Flutenhorn, if you play on here a lot, then I recommend going to the shallow games, at least at 2 cent, 4 cent. That's where I'm keying most of my winning sessions, is on the shallow games.
Yeah. Yeah, so I know that it says too bad it ain't contagious, but hopefully you guys will find my game contagious and have a sick game yourselves too. But I think I'm gonna go ahead and play the 1K on Poker Stars. It's because I'm a degenerate gambler and I want to take a shot at winning like 40K. So
When do you think I should take a shot at 5 cent, 10 cent? Like what?
if you can get the roll to 150, then I think it's okay to take a shot for like one buy-in and have like a 1 or 2 buy-in stop loss, at which point you go back down. But I also think if you stick with this, continue to just like get good habits, and then read up on the MTT strategy guide, I think after we do a review of Greg's video, Greg Pappas, who won a $2 rebuy, we're going to do a review of that. And I think once you see how that's done, you should be able to do well in those tournaments, and that's where you're going to get a score that's going to allow you to then like jump to the higher limits a lot faster.
Okay.
The
All
two
right.
cent, 4 cent, you win a little bit, but it's more about building good habits, and then you'll think off a score in a small buy-in tournament because they're just so soft and people play so bad, and then you can start playing for money that you're interested in, $10 stacks, $20 stacks, that kind of thing.
Okay.
So I think we're going to end the show there. Blake, thank you for putting on a good session and providing these guys with some quality education. Flugenhorn, small fuck you. That was not cool, but whatever. next time we'll know better that there are eyes on us. And look, Flugenhorn quit as soon as you quit. What a dick.
Yeah. Wow. All right, well, thanks for having me, man. I appreciate it.
Yeah, no problem. All right, that's it for me. Now it's your guys' turn. Go out there, get stacking. And hopefully we'll see you all tomorrow, 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, Monday to Thursday. Put in those applications so that you can be our next guest on the show.